Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I have some notes written down next to me off screen. You can't see, but this video is culmination of about 2 weeks worth of conversations I've had behind the scenes. Sometimes people will come to me and say, Prof, I want you to make a video on this. I think it'd be a good idea. And I just wait. I think to myself, let's take our time, see what develops, and go from there. What's interesting about this week's video opportunity in regards to this video is that we have these Cavalier and Grandmaster Monsters packs, which I kind of speculated yesterday. This feels like the kind of thing they'd put out on Halloween, but we're a week away from Halloween. So who knows? Maybe we'll get a special spooky calendar. Remember when we used to do that? A spooky calendar? Maybe there'll be, I don't know, some small gift. I doubt it. Kabam just doesn't do gifts like they used to do anymore. People don't believe this when I tell them if they're new to the game, but like, on July 4th, we used to all get a gift. It wasn't just like, hey, here's a gift of an opportunity to give us your wallet. It's like, hey, here's half a 5-star, which years ago, half a 5-star was like getting half a 6-star. Or here's an opportunity, kind of like what they did with the balloons, to get one good thing in the store. It's sort of like walking into a dollar store and you get to get one item. But Kabam has gotten away from special calendars like the spooky calendars. Obviously, they've gone away from things like the Summoner Appreciation Calendar for the Summoner Camp and Summoner Resort. But what we were promised years ago, I'm talking about like 2.5 years ago now, wasn't that we would have to wait until Cyber Weekend or July 4th and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. No, it was that we could log in, and just as we now can with what I think is a pretty shady 6-star dual class crystal price, because of course it's 25% higher than any other dual class, and I still understand Kabam's argument about, well, our data says they should never have been 10,000. I don't know what data you're looking at. My data says you should go for the basic over the dual, even if it's the same price. But somehow in this area, and maybe it's a special purchase, I don't know, similar to the Mythic Crystal, Legendary Crystal, and maybe that's the middle ground to this video. Maybe it's not that you can just purchase them multiple times a year, but it's that you're building up slowly but surely, maybe in the side quests, some Wish Crystal shards. Now, of course, we do have Nexus Crystals more common than ever, the Cavalier Monsters pack being one of those examples, but most importantly, the Thronebreaker and Cavalier Daily Specials that have examples of this. But the issue with Nexus Crystals, particularly when you have drop rates that are still so painfully low, especially for 6 stars, and in the Grandmaster case for 5 stars, is that with only 3 champions in a Nexus Crystal, oftentimes you're getting, at best, like if you're opening a Grandmaster, 1 4-star and 2 3-stars, or if you're opening up a Cavalier, 1 5-star and 2 4-stars. We have seen over the years with the Abyss Nexus Crystal, let's say you're going for Hercules, and so you choose the Cosmic. Well, there's now less than like a 50-50 shot for you to have him in one of the 10 champions in the Nexus, because there are more than 20 champions of each class in the overall basic pool now. And that's one of the reasons I think why Kabam gave us the gift, which in some ways is a gift, but in other ways is a curse, because we used to wait for the featured champions to be in the basic once the featured crystal expired. And keep in mind, the featured 6-star crystal, if you're going for Rintra or Scorpion or Omega Sentinel or Hulkling, etc., Wong, you only have 6 days and change from the time of recording this to go for this before the new crystal appears. And so it used to be these champions would come into the basic after the crystal has expired. But now when you go to the basic, of course, once they come into the 5-star basic, they come into the 6-star basic, which does, the more champions that come into the pool, the more it expands and the harder it is statistically to land on the champion that you're targeting. So I think the middle ground solution to this problem is at least a Nexus with 5 options instead of 3. But a Wish Crystal, as it was described years ago on the forums, was what we only get to see for $500+, which does not work for the majority of people, twice a year, and that is like the 2021 or the 2022 crystal, where you guarantee one champion from that full year's release to choose. I don't expect Kabam to give that away anytime soon, but I do think, and we've seen this in the past, there's two ways to really improve this. One of them we've already seen just once, right? Like during February, and that was where you get 2 champions for the price of 1 in a crystal. That was pretty cool. But another is just making the Nexus crystals have 5 options or even 10 options instead of 3. I don't think this would break the algorithm of the game. And yet, you want to talk about a trick versus a treat for Halloween. This is what so many players need. I'm a bit worried about the future of the game in one capacity. I don't think that they're suddenly not making money. I think the finances of Kabam are still pretty stable with this game. But I just know a lot of people have told me, Prof, when 7 stars hit, I think I'm walking away. I think I'm quitting. Because I don't want to start over, and I'm burnt out. I'm bored. The game is stale. Even though something like Battlegrounds has really invigorated quite a few people, and rightfully so, for a new game mode that gives them a lot of time and literal energy as well as game energy that they weren't spending before. And Incursions is fun, though my big complaint with Incursions, if I'm being completely transparent, is that now that I have done 3 different Incursions runs and I have done 1 sector per run, I'm waiting 17 days for the top zone bonuses to reset, and I've got Sector 9, Sector 8, and Sector 7 all reasonably done. So I feel like I can't really get excited about Incursions until it comes back in another 17 days, and that's kind of lame. So my wish for Kabam is for wish crystals in some capacity, even if it's expanding Nexus crystals that you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars for, to 5 options instead of 3. That's a good start, and bringing back more opportunities to get 2 champions of different rarities in a crystal instead of 1. It's just Kabam, the Cavalier format, especially in 2022, it's just so outdated and isn't working for so many tiers of players. They're getting burnt out, they're getting bored, and with 7 stars on the horizon, they're walking away. And I'm trying to do videos as much to progress the game and have health of it as I am to be critical of Kabam, because there's got to be a nice balance between the two. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.